Encrypted is a new roguelike I've been working on this past month. I saw a wallpaper with a retro art style one day, and that's the art I've decided to go for with this game. I know that sounds like a joke, but I'm dead serious. I saw a wallpaper one day and decided that was the art style I wanted to use. In this game, you play as a computer program with the objective of defeating randomly generated bosses that represent a game's security system. You have a choice of different classes and abilities, and with an adaptive AI system, it will make it difficult to fight alone, but also not impossible. So grab a group of friends, or if you're like me and have no friends, just no-life the game until you beat it. And when you finally beat the last boss, you've successfully hacked into the game. Then, you restart and do it all over again. So it turns out everything I had created a couple weeks ago is absolute crap, and there is one exception. This cute looking boss. Alright, he's not cute, but he's pretty thick, right? Side note, the visuals are lacking to say the least, but I've decided to choose functionality over the visuals. I think the first couple of bosses will be on the more blockier, low poly side, but as I get more comfortable with Blender, I will increase the quality. And because I'm not spending a huge amount of time on the actual build, I can pour more time into the AI systems. So, okay, bye now. Combat is a main mechanic of this game, and honestly, it's my favorite to code. So, because of that, I created 3 weapons representing the first 3 classes that will be added into the game. I've also started coding on some of it, but anyways, the classes are the Thief, the Tank, and the Swordsman. Wow, these names suck really hard. Those are the most basic names ever. What am I doing? Alright, there's no good way of saying this, so I'm just gonna say it. I made a list of alternative names because the Thief, the Swordsman, and the Tank are so freaking cringe. So let me know which names you like in the comments. And jeez, I can't, those names suck. Starting with the Thief list, we have Assassin, Bandit, Sneaker, Smuggler, Plunder, Pirate, Pillager, Kleptomaniac, Land Pirate, Ravisher, Ravager, Oni, Hersens, Fury, or Furus. I think Furus is Latin for thief, so that's pretty hype. Next we have the list of names for the Tank. Guardian, Protector, Goliath, Defender, Champion, Warden, Kustos, and Malleator. And finally for the Swordsman, we have Bladesman, Assaulter, Gladius, and Lamna. I've also revamped the whole combat script system. Originally, I created some scripts that were really just poorly optimized, and then I found out about module scripts. To put it simply, module scripts are used to avoid repeating yourself, otherwise known as the dry method or the do not repeat yourself method. Cue the laugh track, I repeated myself 3 times, I'm hilarious. The difference between module scripts and local scripts and even server scripts is that you can access a module script from any script, as long as you use this require statement. The way that I personally like to think of module scripts are like a remote event firing. So on a server script, you can have an on-server event, or on the client, you can have an on-client event. For people who don't have any idea what the client and server script is, let me explain in small words. The server equals something everyone can see, while a client equals only something you can see on your screen. Hopefully that makes sense, and if it doesn't, then you're fine, don't worry about it. So the way the combat system works is there's a local script in the weapon that tracks the player's input using user input service. And when the player inputs an attack, mouse button 1 for example, it fires a remote event found in replicated storage and passes a string defining what attack type it is. For example, a normal attack, a heavy attack, or a special attack. The signal the remote event fired gets caught by the state machine script, and then the state machine script gives the string to the weapon module script. This system is pretty awesome because it connects the movement and weapon module scripts together so they can communicate, and this is helpful because it makes it a lot easier to scale the game later on. Let's talk about how I suck. I've been trying to make some armor and clothing for the Thief class, however, I am not good at modeling either of those, so I feel like I'm gonna get roasted by someone for just how purely awful this is. I've also decided to not texture anything yet because I'm bad at that. So, because I don't want to get roasted, I'm going to talk about the movement system now. The movement system sucks. Alright, it doesn't suck. It was basic. until I added the module scripts. Or maybe it feels more complex because I'm using the module scripts. These dash animations suck. They're horrendous. I know, don't look at them. I used some old ones as a placeholder to check if the code was working. That's it. And it did. Moving on to the functionality. The movement system works very similar to the weapon scripts and how it is directly fired from the state machine script, but instead of the attack module script being called, it's the movement module script that's called. The movement system is not very advanced, and this is because I don't have a good idea or a vision or how much movement I want incorporated into this game. I currently have WASD to move and Q to dash, and I am perfectly complacent with that. If you have any ideas for new movement tech, however, let me know in the comments because it is awful. I admit it sucks. Here are my future plans for the next month. I need to texture the weapons. I haven't done it yet because, like I said, I suck. Also, I would like to add a passive ability for each weapon and a specific ability specific to the weapon type. I also want to work on the storyline a little bit more and maybe get some concept art done. Ever since I thought of the idea for the game to be about a virus in a game, I've been really excited. So stay tuned for another devlog, and if you have any ideas that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. This video took a really long time, so I hope you enjoyed.